In this video, we are going to create an AI chatbot that talks like Elon Musk, leveraging the cutting-edge capabilities of Google's Gemini 1.5 Flash Model API. To make it user-friendly, we'll build a cool ChatGPT-inspired interface using Python and Gradio. And yes, the chatbot will have a memory feature, meaning it would remember conversation history. If you want to look at the code for this project, refer to the description part for the Colab notebook link. The first step to building this chatbot is to get a free Google Gemini API key. This free API key is all you need to build your academic AI projects or to test out AI product ideas for free. So to get your Gemini API key, here are the steps you need to follow. First, go to Google search and type Google AI Studio. From the search results, click on this one that says Google AI Studio Gemini API. Once you are here, click on this sign into Google AI Studio. Then sign in with your Google account. If you are accessing Google AI Studio for the first time, you might see an option to join the waitlist. But don't worry, you will get access to the platform within a few minutes. Alright, once you are inside AI Studio, which is this URL, aistudio.google.com. Here click on this tab on the left that says Get API Key. Then click on Create API Key. Remember, this key is to be kept secret. Later on in this video, I'll show you how to use your key safely in Google Colab. At the bottom of the screen, you see the API Quick Start Guide. You may want to open this documentation in a separate tab while building your AI chatbot. I'll also put a link to this in the description part of this video. Alright, now when we have the key, next thing is building our Elon Musk AI chatbot. So this is the code for building our chatbot. Let's do a quick code review to understand what's going on here. In terms of runtime type, we don't need a GPU for this project. So just go with the default CPU option. Now the first step for us is to set up our working environment. Here, we first install the Google Generative AI package. Next, we import these helpful packages. We also define this function to underscore markdown. This function helps display the generated text from the Gemini model as formatted markdown text. Moving on, we configure our Gemini API key we created a while back by following these simple steps. First, click on this key button on the left side, then click on Add New Secret. Here, give a name to your key. For the Gemini key, you may call it Google_API_key. Thereafter, paste your key in the field next to it. Once done, just ensure that you have this toggle button on, which makes the key accessible to this notebook we are in. Alright, as final step, we use this Colab userdata.get method to consume our key into our code. So within our code, this is the part where we are doing it. And lastly, we configure our key with this last line of code. Our Gemini API key gives us access to multiple Gemini models. To list down all of these models, you may use the list_models method. So for instance, Gemini Pro is optimized for text-only prompts, whereas Gemini Pro Vision is optimized for text and images prompts. For our chatbot, we are going to use the latest Gemini 1.5 Flash model, so we declare that. Alright, now is the time to test out our API by generating some text. I am using this prompt. For printing the response from the model, I am calling the to_markdown function to see a well-formatted response. So here is the response in front of us. Good to see that our API key is working fine. Now, in a general scenario, when we want to build a chatbot with memory, we store the conversation history as a list. However, Gemini has a built-in class called chat session that manages that part on its own. So to initialize a chat, we use this method start_chat with empty history. Now, just to show you a glimpse of a chat session, I am looping over this list and putting the list element in this prompt. So first query would be, what is the capital of India? Second would be, what is the capital of USA? And model responds to both queries one at a time and entire conversation gets stored in chat history. Alright? Now, let's see what we get. So, as expected, we are getting a nice clean chat history that got recorded. Now, when we have our chat history, we can put further related queries and the model remembers context. Sounds good, right? Now, as final step, we are all set to build a front-end UI for our chat app using Gradio. Here's the documentation for your quick reference. Here we first install Gradio into our runtime. Now, this is the code cell where all the magic is happening. Here first, I'm importing necessary packages, setting up the Gemini API key, calling out the specific Gemini model, and then starting a fresh chat session. Now to build our Gradio app, we would be using their chat interface. And if you look at its documentation, it basically takes a function as input that governs the response of the chatbot based on the user input and chat history. So the point to note here is that Gradio chat interface maintains a chat history of its own, which is great. So when we send a query to our Gemini model for generating text, using this function called response, we would want to reformat the Gradio chat history in a format that Gemini model accepts. And to do that, we have written this simple function called transform history. Just replay this part if things are not clear. Finally, we have this response function that takes user message and Gradio chat history as input. With transform history function, the chat history gets transformed to Gemini accepted format. And finally, we generate chat response using Gemini. Now to make our chat interface cool, we have written this simple logic wherein generated response is yielded as batches of 20 characters on our chatbot UI. This gives a feel of a streaming response that you see on popular chatbots like ChatGPT or Gemini. Now, let's see our chatbot app in action. So here's our chatbot in front of us. Let's try out some queries now. Let me say, who wrote the book titled Meditations? And we get the right response. It's indeed written by Marcus Aurelius. Next up, let's say, tell me more about him. Now, if you see this closely, I'm expecting the Gemini model to use the context from chat history on who am I talking about. Again, we get the desired response. And just like this, we can go on and on and on, continuing on this chat. But wait, we were to build an Elon Musk chat app, right? The app we currently have is a general AI chatbot and doesn't sound anything like Elon. So what do you think we need to add to our current chat app to make it sound like him? Well, we need to add a system prompt. Here's a simple exhibit of how we may do that. So rather than starting a chat session with empty chat history, we preload our system prompt into it, with the role being that of our user. And as you can see, with this simple hack, I have transformed a general chatbot into a book recommendation system in this particular example. And of course, we can tweak our system prompt further to transform our general chatbot app that we created above into an Elon Musk chatbot app. Here's the code for it. Everything here is the same as the app code above, with a couple of minor changes. First change is in this response function, where I've now added a system prompt that asks Gemini model to respond in the style of Elon Musk. I am also passing this system prompt to transform underscore history function. Second change is done in the transform function, where system prompt is getting appended to the top of our new history that ultimately is fed to Gemini model for chat response generation back in our response function. At this point, let's chat with Elon Musk using our AI chatbot. First question, of course, are you friends with Zuckerberg now? And here's the response that we got. Sounds interesting. Next, let's say, why do you tweet so much? And here's the response. So guys, with this, we have successfully built a chat bot with memory feature using Gemini API in Python and Gradio. Do share if you were able to create the chat app on your end or not. Also share the questions you asked to Elon Musk. So that's all for today. I'll be back with a new end-to-end AI project next week. Till then, keep learning.